my little idiots, and welcome to another episode of You Can Cook, Stupid. I'm your host, Philip Jeremy. Now, a little while ago, I went on Instagram and I asked you, the morons, what is something you really want to learn how to make that you think is hard or that you've struggled with, yada, yada, yada. Several people asked about steak. They were like, how do I make a steak in the kitchen, in a frying pan, or in a cast iron pan, as opposed to the traditional barbecue or cauldron methods for you witches out there. So that's what we're gonna do. Is it something that requires a bit of practice? Yes. Is it difficult? No. So don't be afraid, let's do it. We're not gonna make a mistake, we're gonna make a steak. Okay, let's go. Okay kids, here we are, it's steak time. Now, I have a few things I need to say. This is one of those things that comes together very fast, so it really pays off to just have everything ready. Also, I'm sorry to say, it is a windows open, exhaust fan on situation, because shit's gonna get smoky, okay? So, we have a board here, which we're gonna need for our steak to rest. We have a cast iron skillet here. You wanna make sure that gets really, really hot. Here's the thing. One person asked me, could I do this with a regular frying pan? Absolutely you can. It's just gonna take a little longer. The reason a cast iron skillet is so great is because these motherfuckers retain heat like nobody's business, number one. Number two, they can go directly from the stove into the oven, which is one way to make a steak. We're gonna cover that. There's many ways. So you've got your cast iron skillet, preferably, look, if you don't have one, grow the hell up and buy one. Just do it. You're an adult, you are learning to cook, buy one, make an investment, or use a frying pan. I don't care. It's your life. Okay, board, cast iron skillet. We have our steak. Now, this is a New York strip. It has been out of the fridge for, this one's been like 45 minutes. At least half an hour at room temperature. It'll cook much more evenly than if you throw a frickin' cold ass, like morgue cold steak onto here. Don't do it, okay? Then, real simple. Salt and pepper, freshly ground pepper, every single time. You know what I say? Don't be trash. Like, you know, you're not at a roadside diner with, you got like pepper from 1991 on the table. No, freshly ground pepper, salt. There's a little bit of butter in here. In a perfect world, there would be butter and rosemary. I thought I had some rosemary. Turns out I didn't, okay? It's just me, you guys. I don't have a team yet, so I didn't go out and get rosemary. Oil. Now, when it comes to the oil, don't use olive oil. This is not a time for that. You want an oil that has a high smoking point because shit's gonna get hot, so you want vegetable oil, you want grapeseed oil, anything that can handle high heat. And if you're like, but Dominic and I went to an olive grove in New Zealand and we got this fabulous, good for you. Now is not the time. Use it in a nice salad, okay? So, butter, salt, pepper, oil. We got our steak. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you do not wanna put the oil in here. You wanna put it on the steak itself, just a little bit, and we're just gonna like massage the shit out of it, okay? And when I say a little bit, I mean like, you can almost do a dry steak on a cast iron skillet. Oh, look at that, that's it, okay? I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna rub it the fuck around, and the reason you don't wanna put it in the pan is you don't actually need that much oil. Flip it around, put a little bit more on the other side. I'm not even gonna add more to this side, okay? Now, I'm gonna take the salt. I mean, this part's pretty self-explanatory. Salt, 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 pepper, 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 and again, give it a good rub. Lots of salt, lots of pepper. You can do this also ahead of time, like as soon as you take it out if you want. You could put the salt and pepper on then. You could do it right now. Some people would argue it makes a big difference. I personally don't think it does. So there we go. Lots of peppies, lots of salt. And that's all that should really ever go on a steak. This is already smoking, so we are good to go, okay? Now, another thing I want to mention here, how long this takes, I need to turn this on now, really depends on how thick your steak is. Now, you should only be making a steak rare or medium rare, and that's it. If you want to have a medium or a well-done steak, you, my friend, have no business making steak. Stick to chicken, okay? So, a New York strip is like, this is about 1 inch, this particular one. So, if you like your steak rare, a minute and a half per side, let it rest, you're done. If you like it medium rare, do like about 2 minutes a side. And you don't even need to put it in the oven if it's 1 inch. You with me so far? If it's thicker than that, or if it's like some monster 2-person steak, then do like a minute or so per side on here, and then you're gonna put it in a 400-degree oven for probably like 10 minutes if it's a really thick motherfucker, a little bit less if it's like this. But again, one like this, you don't even need to do that, okay? So actually what I wanna show you here is my trusty junk drawer. Look at this. This is 1 inch. That is, oh, well, you can see that. That's 1 inch, okay? So salt is on, pepper is on, oil is on. We're going to throw this on this hot-ass skillet. We're going to do, I like mine pretty rare, 1.5 minutes one side, 1.5 minutes the other side. Then we're going to add the butter, and then it's basically going to be done. Again, if you like it a little more, do it a little more. If it's a thick motherfucker, do this, and then in the oven for a few extra minutes. I'm not going to use a meat thermometer. Instead, I'll show you later. I'm going to touch it, and it should still have like a little bit of bounce, okay? And then you know it's not, you haven't overdone it. It's kind of a one-shot deal, you guys, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I told you it's going to get smoky. So I'm looking at the clock right here. After like 2 minutes, I'm going to flip it. A little less than 2 minutes even, okay? All right, it's been 2 minutes. We're going for it. Boom, just like that. And now, it's going to be another 2 minutes on this side. We're going to throw in some butter. And again, if you had rosemary, now would be the time. And that's kind of it. Just like let it do its thing for 2 minutes, take it off. Because it's only 1 inch, this is all we're gonna do. One more thing. The fat on the outside, you can sear that too. In fact, you should sear that too. So it's been almost 2 minutes. I'm gonna do that fat on the side. And like, look, if you do a bit of this, flip it around a little bit more, it's not the end of the world, okay? And that is, there's still some bounce. That's done, my friends. Stay tuned. That took, like I said, a couple minutes aside. It gets smoky as fuck, but that's why if you do have a thick one, just sear, 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 and finish it off in the oven for a few extra minutes. But look, we're just letting it rest now. It's getting all drippy and shit. Woo! It looks pretty damn perfect. I'm gonna let it rest for a few minutes, slice into it, and show you what it looks like. It's easy. It's easy. Just, you know, Smoke City. Hi kids. So this has been resting. I sliced it open so I can show you what it looks like on the inside. I did the little bounce test. Touch it, make sure there's some bounce to it. Oh my God, so salty and crispy and delicious. You don't want it to not have bounce. That means you've overdone it, okay? You've ruined it. You've screwed the pooch. But look at this. Again, because it was only 1 inch thick, couple of minutes aside, hot cast iron. Look at it. Pink on the inside, perfect on the outside. Steak is not difficult. You can do it. Don't be a moron. Okay, this is really, it needs to be eaten now. Bye! I'm still here just eating this at the board like a fucking animal because it's just so good. Look, look. Look at it. Pink. Perfect. Like, send me questions if you have, but it's like, it really is this easy. Sear, couple minutes on each side. Make sure the pan is hot as a motherfucker. What else? Salt, pepper, oil on the steak, not in the pan, not too much. Also, I took the liberty of making some honey glazed carrots just for my own personal, my own personal use. Go make some steaks. Let me know how it goes. Bye. See you next time on You Can Cook, Stupid. Fuck me, that's good. I could never be a vegetarian. I tried it once for a week. And then I saw salami in a fridge. It ended. It ended right there. But I do love vegetables. Okay, bye.